Good Monday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this February 23rd. After the most brutal week of winter weather we've experienced in decades, I guess. Years. Well, I mean, comparatively so, it compares pretty well with 1994 when we had snow, ice, we had the houses downtown Bowling Green that exploded from the gas lines rupturing. Yeah, that was like a nationwide story when it happened here. February 94, was it? February, January? Anyway, it was 94. And comparatively so, it matches up pretty well. As far as the amount of snow on the ground and some of the issues that we've had with, snow and roads closed, and then we had some flooding over the weekend with the heavy rains, and all that's gone. Now, I can tell you that this week will be much quieter. Much quieter. I do not see any major systems coming in. No snow. Well, except for maybe a flurry. Or about midweek, there could be a slight chance of some snow showers with light accumulation. But as far as anything like we saw last week, no, not this week. Not even heavy rain. Not even, well, I mean, it's going to just mainly be cold. There's going to be a couple of times when it tries to warm up, and then it cools back down again. But relatively speaking, compared to last week, this week is going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be drastically different than last week. So hopefully that will give you time to recover. It will give us all a chance to breathe a little easier. It'll give us a little bit of better chance to take a nap. Yes, we're kind of running on second, third, fourth, fifth wind. You know, after last week, it's just kind of like you're just exhausted. And some of you, I know, oh gosh, man, I'm praying for you. Some of you have still yet to get out of your house since last weekend. I mean, you've been socked in all week. Cabin fever setting in big time. I feel for you, man. I've been there before. Know what it feels like. So I know exactly how you feel. I'm hoping that this week you can get out, get to work, get to the store. A lot of you have had to stay home because of the kids. Some of you, I've heard stories about. I'm not sure what's going on here, but people getting points for not showing up for work, and you can't get out. And I'm like, what's all this point system? What is people getting docked because they can't make it into work? I mean, if you're really socked in, you can't get anywhere, you can't drive, it's not safe to do so, then I don't know. Well, that's not my call to make, but I'm hearing just some weird stories out there. I just don't know sometimes. But anyway, things will be much quieter this week. So here's looking forward to that. 39 was our official high temperature yesterday for your Sunday in Bowling Green. That happened just before 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So we go from 39 for our high. 52 is the average. That's where we should be this time of the year for a high temperature. That's a 13-degree difference. 27 was our low. 31, the average. That's a 4-degree difference. 1 year ago, we had a high of 65 and a low of 32 back in 2014. Past 24 hours, no precipitation, even though some folks in the area, especially north of Bowling Green, did pick up a few flurries late last night, early this morning. Not a big deal. You won't even be able to tell anything happened for the most part. Today, after a weak disturbance has passed through this morning, mostly cloudy. Now, there will be times of filtered sunshine later today, mix of sun and clouds. And because of that weak disturbance that passed through this morning, much colder air has begun to filter in. We have already established our high temperature for the day at 26 degrees. That happened just after midnight this morning. And now temperatures will hold steady or drop into the upper teens as we get on into the day. With a high, we're going to say 26 is going to be our high, but then temperatures will fall, and some bitter wind chills this morning in the single digits to near zero, especially if you live north of Bowling Green. In fact, there's still a wind chill advisory in effect for, say, Breckenridge, Ohio, Grayson County up to the north of us. But that, too, will improve with time. Partly cloudy, colder tonight. We're going to get down to 12. There's that shot of cold air I was telling you about. Tuesday, though, becoming mostly sunny, a bit warmer with a high of 36. Southwest wind at 7 should help us warm up. Big sprawling area of high pressure taking over for the next several days. Wednesday, mostly sunny, 38. Should help the melting process a little bit more. Whatever sunshine, whatever radiation from the sun we get, that's going to help melt things a whole bunch. Even though we're not going to be all that much over freezing or above freezing, it's certainly helping to have the sun. Now we have another reinforcing shot of Arctic air that arrives Wednesday evening. Cold front comes in. There will be a slight chance of some snow showers with that. As we turn colder for Thursday, only about a 30% chance of that, though, and a high of 29. But behind that front, here comes more Arctic air. And Thursday night, we're calling for a low of 9 single-digit temperatures for Thursday night into Friday morning. Now, on Friday, we'll return to mostly sunny skies, but a chilly day with a high of 27. And then for the final day of February, which is Saturday, yes, we're almost done. This is the final week of February. We can say goodbye, maybe, to all this mess. Well, I know saying goodbye to February doesn't put an end to the winter weather. We technically still have, 3 weeks still to go. Now, meteorologically speaking, it is the end of winter. The way us weather people look at it, the end of February is the end of winter, or when you experience the worst of winter. As we start March, we call that the meteorological spring, even though technically the first day of spring is not, until 3 weeks from now or so. But anyway, on Saturday, we actually get what we call an inverted trough. It's on the backside of that high pressure. As high pressure moves east, we get a more southerly wind flow, but a little weak trough develops in the upper atmosphere. And with that, even though we're going to get up to a high of 40 on Saturday, the last day of February, we're going to experience a little bit of light snow mixed with rain, or changing to rain. There could be a little bit of light rain Saturday evening, changing to light snow. But then it all changes back to light rain, as by Sunday, the first day of March, we're looking for a high of 52 degrees. Hey, that's a magic number. 52 is actually the average high temperature for this time of the year. Who would have thought? Wow, March. Come on, March. Come on. Those numbers, that's the best looking high temperature we've seen around here in a long time. So, there is hope. It won't be that far from, I keep telling people, there won't be that long from now you'll be complaining. It's too hot and it's too humid. You will. Some of you will. It's coming. It'll be here before you know it. And all of this will be just a passing memory. But what a memory, huh? This week. Wow. All right, gang. That's going to do it for this edition of the podcast. God bless you as always, and thank you so much for listening. Know the weather before it knows you. Have a great day. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky and streaming live to the WBKO app and to wbko.com.